Hello, and welcome to episode 43 of Prog Review. And I will be talking about the new David Sylvian compilation, A Victim of Stars, which covers the 30-year period between 1982 and 2012. Wow, it's a 2 CD set. The first CD is it settles with the first 20 years of his career, and features the stuff that we know. He's more familiar with the Punters. If you're not familiar with his work, he used to sing with a band called Japan before then embarking on a solo career. I wouldn't say it was as successful as someone like Peter Gabriel or something like that, but his solo career has been more eclectic and esoteric, especially in the later period. But yeah, this is quite an unusual compilation because in 2000 there was another compilation called Everything and Nothing. I like it because there's a dog on the front and the dog's got eyebrows. And this was a pretty decent attempt at summarising his career so far. This is the 3 CD edition, which is pretty neat because you get an extra Sylvian and Fripp track, The Blinding Light of Heaven. But I digress. The new CD has another 10 years of material to cover, so that's to kind of juggle things around a bit. You get a lot of duplication from Everything and Nothing, but you do get a couple of extra tracks from the Raintree Crow album, Blackwater and Every Colour You Are, which are my 2 favourite tracks from that album anyway, so they're on the compilation. But then you also get some material from the later albums, Blemish and Blemish onwards really. Now, I'm not the greatest fan of those records because you saw Sylvian moving away from finely crafted, melodic music into something a bit left field and a bit more experimental, and to me it left. Well, there were good experiments and bad experiments, and the stuff I heard on Blemish, which is the thing that from I think it was 2003, it completely turned me off of David Sylvian. I've never been left so aghast by an album in my life, and so to find that nearly just over half of this collection, probably about 40% of it, is dedicated to this experimental period, kind of leaves me feeling a little bit, cold. So that isn't a good start. But yeah, it's not a bad compilation per se, but with Everything and Nothing still being available, I don't think it's been deleted. But even if it has, you can still pick it up. With that already being available and doing a very good job, I can't understand why this has been, released. It might have been better if they'd have crafted a different compilation, just looking at the last 10 years and bringing those esoteric tracks together, and So yeah, there's a real disparity between the Sylvian of Raintree Crow and his solo career up until Dead Bees on a Cake, and the stuff from Blemish onwards, and I think those 2 styles of music don't really sit comfortably together. There needs to be like a kind of dividing line to say, look, this is a different section. So it might have been an idea if he'd have brought out retrospective of the Blemish years, but saying that, it's a fair summation of his career so far, even though it is a bit bottom heavy with the newer stuff. I think he could have added a few more tracks from Japan and taken away some of the more modern stuff. Made it a bit more of a smoother journey, and it would have been a much more satisfying experience. Also, I'm not a big fan of the packaging. The booklet they produced, if you look at my first look unboxing thingy, is very small. For us old farts, we need decent lettering. It's very small, and it's printed on on this kind of reflective paper. So if you hold it a certain way, you can't see anything, but you can read it in in the evenings, not in daylight. So I thought it was a bit of an interesting design flaw. So yeah, I mean, they could have done something better. I mean, I'm going on about Everything and Nothing. Everything and Nothing was a lovely designed doodad. Whoops, there goes the extra CD. But yeah, it was a much more of a pretty. See, ooh, everything was much more colourful, whereas the new one is a bit more. What's the word? Bit more dull. So anyway, a rating. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I'm going to give this. And this is after careful because it's not all bad. You know, I think it's you know, it's just a bit lopsided. So I'm going to give this a 3.5 red guitars out of 5. That's 3.5 red guitars out of 5. But if you can, pick up Everything and Nothing, because that's a much more even affair, and you get to hear Sylvian at his best. Whereas this, you know, the modern stuff. Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that just lap it up, but I'm not one of them. It just sounds like a lot of fumbling in the dark to me. But anyway, my name's been Darren Locke. I've been burbling on about David Sylvian's A Victim of Stars 1982-2012 compilation out on Virgin Records. And thank you for having the patience to follow me on this journey. Remember, thumbs up, thumbs down. As long as you're paying attention. Subscribe, unsubscribe. Tell your granny. Just pass it on. And yeah, that's it. My name's again been Darren Locke, and I will catch you later. So you better, go, prog on.